What's up YouTube? Isaac coming at you today with a video about the easy third alternative tuning layout for the 10-hole diatonic blues harmonica. First, before I get into the tuning itself, what do I mean by alternative tuning layout? Well, if you go to buy a 10-hole diatonic blues harmonica, it's going to come most probably in what's known as the Richter tuning layout. That's the standard tuning system that was invented way back in Germany in the 19th century, and it's what you use to play blues and rock and roll and folk and all that wonderful stuff. It's a great tuning system. It's stuck around for a reason, but it has its limits. There are a variety of alternative tuning systems, including natural minor, melody maker, Dorian minor, harmonic minor, and easy third, among others. Easy third is a system that I like a lot for playing reggae and for playing melodies. And it is similar enough to the Richter tuning. In fact, it's actually built out of part of the Richter tuning layout system that I think anybody who can play on a normal Richter harmonica can easily pick up a harmonica in easy third and start making really great music. So, what makes easy third, and why is it different from Richter? So if I start with a normal Richter blues harp, this is a harmonica in a marine band, and I play just starting at hole 1, and let's say I go up to hole 7, this is the way it sounds. You can hear that the lower part of that isn't quite a full scale, but the upper part actually kind of is. So what easy third does is take that part, the part that's a full scale, and actually transfers that to the lower part of the harmonica as well. So that the holes 1 through 3 are the same as holes 4 through 6, except just lower, down 1 octave. So therefore when I play the same deal, starting at hole 1 and say going to hole 7, it sounds like this. So basically what I've got is an entire full kind of major scale starting on hole 1, and I got the same scale starting on hole 4. Basically what that means is that if you can play something on that part of the normal Richter harmonica, holes 4 through 7, if you know any songs, you can then play them on the easy third straight away, but not only can you play them on holes 4 through 7, you can also play them on holes 1 through 4. And you can actually play from holes 1 through 4 and continue up to hole 7, playing the same sequence of notes. So you actually have now expanded your range. If you can play something in that middle range of a normal diatonic harmonica, you can now play it over 2 octaves very easily on the easy third layout system. If you get a special totally extended version, you could play all the way up to hole 10. I make my easy third harmonicas out of normal diatonic Richter tuned harmonicas that I buy, off the shelf. To make the tuning layout, you actually only have to change a couple of notes. Basically what you have to do is change hole 2. You have to make it lower. You then also have to change hole 3 to be a little bit lower. And then you have to change hole 7 draw. I like to change hole 7 draw to be a little bit higher. And in another video I can show you how to actually do those things. I have a couple of tips and some secret techniques to do those things rather simply. But essentially what you can do is take a standard off-the-shelf diatonic Richter tuned harmonica and make it into this easy third tuning really simply on your own. Or you can actually order them through the Zytel Harmonica company. If you go to their website, they have what they call the harp configurator, where you can actually enter in any special tuning and they'll make it for you. And easy third is actually in the list of easily available tunings, that stock tunings that they have, that they can do that for you. So that'd be one really simple, albeit slightly more expensive way of making this this tuning. So what do I use it for, and why do I like it so much? Well, first off, what it does is actually give you a major blow chord and a sort of minor draw chord that are set up in a relationship with each other that sound really good for sort of minor music kind of like reggae, right? So if I take a normal diatonic harmonica, Richter layout, and I sort of do a little chord rhythm down low, sounds nice and major and kind of fun. If I take this harmonica and I do the same thing, you see it's a totally different feel. And if I give a kind of reggae vibe to those chords, you actually can really feel how the relationship of those two chords I'm playing goes with that reggae vibe. And if I do that on diatonic harmonica, it has a kind of reggae feel, but it just doesn't have the right musical relationship to really evoke what you want in that musical form. So that's really cool. The chords are different. It gives you a lot of chording possibilities. But also because the notes are predictable now from hole 1 all the way up to hole 7 and the pattern repeats, you can take a lot of riffs in, say, 3rd or 12th position and put them lower down the harp and take them higher up the harp than you normally could. So if you have this sort of 3rd position riff that sounds something like this, you can actually play that exact same riff the exact same way down low. So really simply, without thinking about bending, without thinking about, okay, how does my scale change as I move from the low octave to the middle octave, you basically can fluidly move between them without having to think about it, which really helps you improvise over a larger range of notes than you typically could on a Richter harmonica. Although obviously you get good at playing the Richter layout, you can do that kind of stuff. And it's also great for playing these beautiful pentatonic kind of melodies in 12th position. And it gives you, again, a wider range, and you don't have to worry about bending and hitting the bent notes with perfect intonation. So you can play something like this. You know, I'm sort of making something up right there, but you can see how it's kind of easy to take a melody that you normally play in the higher end or the middle end of the harmonica and take it down to the low end without having to think too much about it. And now, because those two octaves are exactly the same as each other, if you do tongue split octaves, where you put your tongue on the harmonica to play essentially two holes that are spaced by two holes in the middle, you actually can now move that seamlessly up and down the harmonica to get really beautiful, perfect octaves instead of a few double stops that aren't true octaves. So, like for example, if I play 1/4 blow and draw on this standard Richter harmonica, it sounds good. But if I play the 2/5 blow and draw, you hear that the 2/5 draw isn't a true octave. It sounds cool, it's useful in blues, but it's not great for melodic playing. So if I do the same thing over here, and I play the 2/5 blow and draw, you hear that the 2/5 draw is now a true octave. So if I play any riff that I can play in a single note, I can now play with the tongue split octave and it'll sound really cool. Which is a really cool thing that you just can't do on a standard Richter harmonica. I mean, you can play those kind of tongue split octaves, but they're not going to sound like that. So that's basically sort of the basics of what the easy third tuning layout system is, why it's different from Richter, and what it's kind of cool for doing. How does it give you different opportunities for playing different kinds of music or different stylistic approaches to playing music than you can get on a standard tuning Richter harmonica. And I hope you found this video useful and interesting. If you did, I'd appreciate you leaving comments or hitting like, letting me know that you're enjoying these videos. And I can come back, if you're interested in the easy third tuning system, I can come back with other videos sort of detailing how I approach playing this particular tuning layout, which is actually fast approaching my main tuning system that I go to when I play all the kinds of music that I like to play. Reggae, indie music, hip-hop, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so let me know if you like this video and I can come back with more. Catch you on the flip side.